Have you ever looked at your life and thought, why am I still stuck? You've tried reading the books, you've watched the motivational videos, you've told yourself, next week I'll start fresh. But somehow, nothing changes. The same thoughts, same habits, the same lack of progress. If you've ever felt like you're running in circles, exhausted by effort, but going nowhere, this message is for you. Because the real reason you feel stuck isn't what you think. Breaking free doesn't require a complete life overhaul. It starts with one powerful shift. Let's dive deep. One of the biggest traps in life is the illusion of progress. It feels like you're doing something. Scrolling through advice, bookmarking productivity tips, listening to success podcasts. But these things alone don't create real movement. You can be busy all day and still be stuck. You can learn everything about growth and still never grow. Why? Because motion is not the same as progress. Reading isn't the same as acting. Planning isn't the same as executing. This illusion gives temporary relief. It makes you feel like you're improving, when in reality, you're avoiding the uncomfortable actions that truly move the needle. You're preparing, you're researching, you're waiting for the perfect time, but that time never comes. Here's the truth. You're not stuck because you're lazy. You're not stuck because you lack talent. You're stuck because your identity hasn't changed. You may want better results, but if you still see yourself as someone who procrastinates, who fails, who never finishes what they start, that identity will sabotage every effort you make. You cannot consistently behave in a way that's inconsistent with how you see yourself. Let that sink in. If you believe deep down that you're not disciplined, your mind will find a way to prove that belief true, even if you try to force yourself to act differently. That's why motivation alone doesn't work, because no matter how inspired you feel, your identity will eventually pull you back to your comfort zone. The comfort zone is seductive, it's safe, it's predictable. Even if it's unfulfilling, it's familiar. And the human brain is wired to choose the familiar over the uncertain. Growth lives outside the comfort zone, but fear guards the door. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of change. So you stay, settle. You tell yourself stories to justify it. I'll do it when I have more time. I'm not ready yet. What if I mess up? But staying safe has a cost, and that cost is your potential. If you've ever wondered why life feels dull, unfulfilling, or repetitive, it's because your soul is craving growth and your habits are rejecting it. Many people are stuck not because of outside limitations, but because of internal programming. Thoughts like, I'm not good enough, I always mess things up, I've never been consistent, why start now? These thoughts weren't born from logic. They were formed by past experiences, failures, criticism, and fears. They act like invisible chains, quietly dictating what you believe is possible. You don't break free by pretending they're not there. You break free by confronting them, by questioning them, by replacing them with something stronger. The first step is awareness. You must catch the thought before it becomes a belief. When you hear yourself say, I can't, follow it up with, why not? Is it really true? Or just something you've accepted? Once you start interrogating those inner doubts, they begin to lose power. If your identity determines your destiny, the key is to change how you see yourself. Not someday, today, right now. Start telling yourself a new story. Not I want to be disciplined, but I am someone who keeps promises to myself. Not I'll try to be consistent, but I am consistent because that's who I am now. Your brain believes what you repeat, not what you occasionally think. That's why affirmations alone are not enough. They must be followed by aligned action. You don't wait until you feel confident to act. You act until confidence becomes your natural state. Start small. One habit, one promise, one win. Every time you do what you said you would, you're casting a vote for a new identity. And over time, that identity becomes unshakable. There's one mindset shift that separates the stuck from the unstoppable. Radical responsibility. It means no more blaming, no more excuses, no more waiting for perfect conditions. Yes, you may have been dealt a difficult hand. Yes, some things weren't your fault. But your healing, your growth, your future, that's your responsibility now. When you stop outsourcing your power and start taking full ownership of your life, things begin to change. You no longer ask, why is this happening to me? You ask, what can I do with this? That shift gives you your power back. You can have all the motivation in the world, but if your environment is toxic, your growth will suffocate. Take a close look at what surrounds you. Who do you spend time with? What content do you consume daily? Where does your energy go? Your environment should support your future, not your past. If you want to grow, build a space that encourages growth. Declutter distractions. Disconnect from people who drain you. Replace mindless scrolling with intentional learning. Design your world to reflect your new identity, not your old limitations. Momentum is everything. When you feel stuck, it's usually because you're waiting for motivation. But motivation comes after action, not before. Start where you are. Even if it's small, even if it's messy. Write one page. Walk for 10 minutes. Make that phone call. Do one hard thing today that your future self will thank you for. Action creates clarity. Action builds confidence. Action ignites momentum. And once momentum is on your side, you become unstoppable. Breaking free isn't a one-time decision. It's a lifestyle. It's a pattern, a mindset. You will have days where doubt returns, where fear whispers, where old habits resurface. That's normal. That's human. But now you know better. And when you know better, you do better. When that voice tells you, it's too hard, you'll answer, I've done hard things before. When your mind says, it's not worth it, you'll remember exactly why you started. You're not defined by your past. You're not limited by your current circumstances. You are not stuck. You're one decision away from a new chapter. So here's the truth. You are capable. You're powerful now. And you are not alone. Millions of people feel stuck, but the difference between those who stay there and those who rise is simple. One group waits, the other moves. Today, you move. Not because it's easy, not because you have it all figured out, but because deep down, you know this life is meant for more. More clarity, more courage, more freedom. It's time to break the pattern. It's time to rewrite the script. It's time to live like your future depends on what you do now, because it does. Let this be the moment you stop circling the same mountain. Let this be the beginning of your breakthrough. No more waiting, no more settling. This is the day you break free.